Welcome to day one of riding 3 weeks straight, trying to raise as much money as possible for the Wounded Warrior Project. I'm essentially Forrest Gump, right? You remember in the movie, Forrest Gump would run and everybody would just kind of join him. He kept running. Then one day he said, well, I think I'm just gonna go home now. That's me. I'm just on a motorcycle and I'm riding around the country and people join me for a day, a week, an afternoon, or the entire 3-week trip. And every day we stop at Harley Davidson dealerships around the country and we raise money for the Wounded Warrior Project. This is my 3rd year doing this project. It's called the Great American Convoy. And to date, we have raised nearly $1 million. In fact, our goal this year is to raise $225,000. And if we raise that, we will have officially broken $1 million raised for our veterans in just 3 years of this campaign. And today is day one, right? I'm just starting and I'm a little bit nervous because this is a lofty goal to raise $225,000 in just 3 weeks riding around the country. To be honest, I'm not even sure we can do it, but I'm staying confident and I'm staying positive and I'm just gonna do my best. I'm gonna push forward. So follow along as we travel across the country, meet up with different riders from all over the nation as we all come together to try to reach this goal. And one person who shows up at the dealerships and visits us or supports us is going to go home with a brand new 2025 Harley Davidson Street Glide. It costs you absolutely nothing to enter. All you have to do is show up. There's a QR code right there at each dealership. You scan that QR code and you're automatically entered. Today we are in San Antonio, Texas, and we're headed to our first stop, which is Teddy Morris's Cowboy Harley Davidson, Alamo City. I'm just checking out at my beautiful Best Western Hotel, and the weather's perfect to get in the pool, and I didn't get to do it yesterday. I'm kind of bummed about that. You can always tell you're in Texas. People are proud in Texas. Look at that big old Texas flag flying next to the American flag. And we got bikes showing up here. What's up, man? How you doing?
Great, buddy.
Good to see you. We've got a few of the bikes here in the parking lot already. We've got 3 stops today. So Teddy Morris's, then we go to Green Harley Davidson, and then to Javelina Harley Davidson. So hopefully we're gonna start this thing off with a huge success, raise a bunch of money today, and get this thing started in the right direction right away. Like I said, I'm still pretty nervous. Things that are making me nervous, one is the overall turnout, right? I'm hoping we have a big enough turnout and hopefully enough people donate online that we reach our goal. 2 is the weather. It's hard to do a cross-country trip because the weather is so different in different areas. For example, spring is really the rainy season for a lot of America, but then like in Florida, the rainy season starts in June. So, you know, I want to avoid the rainy season in the rest of the country and get in here. So the timing of these things is super important. And I think I got it early enough in the year that it's not gonna be blistering hot, although some of these temperatures do look pretty high. But also it's important to do it after the rainy season. So you gotta get late enough in the spring that you're avoiding most of the rain. I'm sure we're gonna get some. In fact, it almost feels a little bit like rain this morning. Attendance and fundraising and weather. This is the biggest concerns for me on this trip. Also fatigue, right? Because we're riding every single day, and not only are we riding, but we're doing these meet and greets. It's important that I'm on point and personal. So this video series is my diary. This is gonna be my personal thoughts, feelings, and insight to riding around the country for 3 weeks straight, trying to raise nearly $250,000 for our veterans.
He's coming with us this time.
All right, Pat.
Yeah.
Pleasure to meet you, man. Adam Sandoval, nice to meet you. So this is the way it goes, man. Riders come up, they meet one another. Half the fun of this trip is not just the miles we put down or the money we raise, but it's the friendships you make. And we all seem to connect. More and more people connecting year after year, coming out, shaking hands after we haven't seen each other in a while. Or a lot of these guys are taking trips together all year long now. It's a beautiful way to make a bunch of friends who are like-minded, who care about the same things. Okay, so we are at the first Harley Davidson dealership. I gotta tell you guys, I'm a little nervous about the attendance. I took a gamble here, and the gamble is that it is Memorial Weekend. So I thought Memorial Weekend would be phenomenal to launch a convoy riding for our veterans, but the truth is people also maybe have plans with their family. So I'm a little nervous about what the turnout is actually gonna be for today's events. I'm really hoping people show up and take the time to get on their bikes and ride with us, but we will find out before today is over. When I first arrive at each dealer stop, usually they bring me in the back door and I come into a room like this. This is a chance where I can talk to y'all, film a little bit of video, maybe make some phone calls to my team if we need some updates on things, and it gives an opportunity for people to get prepared down at the bottom, because forming that line and hitting that donation jar, of course, is the most crucial part of what we're doing. And when I get into these rooms, into these dealerships, there's a rider who comes ahead of me, who you guys have seen in a lot of my videos, and that is my boy Doc.
What's happening? Pleasure, man.
Doc is a good friend of mine. You guys have seen him ride with me across Mexico, across the deserts, off-road, on-road.
Oregon, California.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
We have ridden everywhere, me and this guy, and he is a true American badass, a combat veteran, and he is the one who orchestrates my arrival at each dealership. He's the one that makes sure I've got somewhere to go to do what we're doing right now. Thank you for having my back, Doc.
Always.
He's my right hand through the entire convoy. So when you see me out there, make sure you take time to say hello to a real hero, my boy Doc.
Stop it. Humbled.
Okay, here we go. We are gonna go down to the floor. We're gonna see what kind of money we can raise. Y'all wish us luck. And the show begins. Okay, so we got some American Legion riders. Where y'all from?
Helotes, Texas.
And y'all just came together and donated
$500.
500 bucks in the pot. We're starting out good. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you riding out. How long are you guys gonna stay with us?
Just today.
Just stay for the whole day, all 3 stops?
Yep.
All right, man, thank you.
Yes, sir.
I'm standing here with Rick. Turn around, Rick. Rick just rode how many miles to get here?
1,550.
All the way from Pittsburgh down to Cowboy Harley-Davidson in San Antonio. And how far are you going?
I'd like to go the whole thing, God willing.
You're gonna do it, dude. Just don't stop riding. We'll do it together. And what are you riding on?
I brought a 98 Goldware.
That's gonna be a comfortable ride. This is gonna be awesome. We're gonna do the whole thing. This is the spirit I'm talking about, coming out 1,550 miles to come do the entire ride all the way from Pittsburgh. If the convoy's not coming to you this year, you just come to us. Well, we had a good turnout, actually. I'm excited the way the first stop went. Teddy Morris's did a great job helping us bring people in on this holiday weekend. We raised some money. I don't have the exact number. I'll get it for you in a minute, but look at, man, the bikes turned out. We're gonna have a good ride to our next stop, which is Green Harley-Davidson. 3 fundraisers today. Whew, I'm already a little tired, but we're gonna push through. And just like that, we are at our next stop, Green Harley-Davidson. If you can't tell, my energy's pretty high. We had an absolute awesome turnout. We raised $2,500 on our first stop, which was awesome. And then right before we leave, the owner, Teddy Morris, he got on the microphone and he said, you know what? Let's put $10,000 on top of that. So stop 1, $12,500. This is the way we need to start this convoy. Now we just need to keep this energy going. That's a tall order. That's a big first stop. How do we keep it going? I'm not sure, but we're damn sure gonna try. The ride over was a little hectic, as it often is with groups this size. We had well over 100 bikes and we were in San Antonio traffic. We got split up by some stoplights and some other things, but just before we hit the dealership, all the bikes managed to find one another. We all came together and we rolled in truly grand fashion. Right, here we go, Green Harley-Davidson. We are set up, ready to rock and roll. Oh, they got a, what is that? They got a food truck over there, Doc.
What?
Indoor food truck. What's going on, man?
All right, so I rode with you the first convoy.
Yeah.
Met you in Wichita Falls. And I thought it was a great thing what you're doing for the veterans. So I had my brother fly a flag for you while he was deployed, because I don't deploy anymore. So I've been chasing you around since he came back from deployment to try to give you this flag.
Dude, how cool is
So
that?
Since he flew it in 23, but here we are,
Man.
finally presented to you.
Thank you, brother.
I appreciate it. I appreciate
Thank
you
you
we're
so
doing for the veterans and everything. So here's his name here, and then on the back I put my information.
SFC Codiel Daily. Man, how badass is that? Dude, thank you so much. Give me a hug, man. Thank you, sir.
I appreciate it, man.
Thank you. Like I said earlier, one of the best things about the Great American Convoy is how it brings friends together. And I've got one of my most ornery friends with me here today, Rusty from D&D Exhaust. What are you doing, baby?
I'm just hanging out.
What are you reading?
I'm trying to learn something.
I thought he already knew everything.
I do.
Exactly right.
Trying to learn what they don't know.
And so Rusty takes care of my bike every time I build my bike, and I'll show you guys, walk you through it later. But every time I do the convoy, I get a bike prepared to ride, and I want to get it done right. I have my boy Rusty hook me up, and you don't do it for hire, so don't call him and try to get him to do yours. He only does it for friends.
Yeah. That's why I don't have any friends.
Yeah, right. Except at Sturgis and a couple major rallies. They come get their...
Sturgis and Daytona and Galveston, Texas.
And then only performance parts load. Don't come to you with cup holders.
Yeah. They go to Ciro for that.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ciro, get your cup holder on. If you want performance parts, there's only one place to go if you want it to last. And that's my boy Rusty. Everybody's taking shade because the heat is coming out. I think maybe we should have done this a month earlier or go on further north. I just wanted to hit the south because we hadn't done the deep south on any of the convoys yet. We've hit all 48 states, but not every section of every state. And the deep south is something that we have kind of skipped over, and I wanted to give them an opportunity to ride with the convoy. So I've come down here, but boy, everybody's hiding in the shade. And the heat's coming, and I think it's kind of hurting our attendance because we had a little bit less turnout here at this one, but we still raised $1,700 and I think it was $5. So still a good day. Still raising money for the Wounded Warrior Project, and we've just got a bunch of hardcore riders here sticking it out with me. All right, here we go. Headed to the third fundraiser of the day. We are nearly $15,000 into the day. That's a pretty good day of riding motorcycles if you ask me. In fact, a real good day. I noticed we've got a few less bikes. We had probably over 100 bikes coming in here. I'd say now we're probably down to about, oh, I don't know. Looks like maybe 50 or 60. Well, half the group cut and ran. That heat will get you. Whew. We made it, and let me tell you something, it is bloody hot. And I mean bloody hot out there. One thing you gotta know about the convoys, when we get on these roads, we do run at a decent clip. A lot of times, parades of motorcycles move very slow and are very spread out. But this group of riders are true cross-country, long-distance riders, and we're putting down a lot of miles in a short period of time. Therefore, we move at a pretty decent clip. And the best thing I can tell anybody who wants to join the convoy is it doesn't matter your skill level, you can join the convoy, but always ride at your own pace. If we're going too fast, you just slow down and meet us at the destination. It's way more important that everybody makes it there safe than we all make it there together. But the people that are putting in the miles, they tend to move at a pretty good clip. And once we got onto this interstate, we were running anywhere from 65 to 75 miles an hour, all the way out to Javelina Harley-Davidson. Back of the house at Javelina Harley-Davidson. Check out all the bikes they got back here, man. Bunches of them, including my bike right here. I'm gonna show you guys something I've been working on. I'm kind of excited about this one. Been working on a custom sissy bar. Now this is not it. In fact, tonight at the hotel, I'm expecting my new one to come in. I made a few adjustments to it, but this was a sample. So when I'm making products like this, I'll make them, I'll try them, and then I'll make adjustments to things I think could be better. This is the new sissy bar, all billet aluminum. Even the sides are all cut out super sick. And you know, it's a little bit taller because when you put a full-size luggage on a normal sissy bar, it gets so top heavy, it's like hanging off. It's hard to keep it straight and looking nice and clean. This looks clean, it looks nice. It fits a full-size bagger very well.
I think it is fitting.
You like it?
It's fitting, man.
And all billet aluminum, which is badass. There's not a lot of billet aluminum sissy bars on the market for our touring bikes. All right, Javelina Harley-Davidson. Okay. That embarrasses me. I hate it when they do that. So Harley-Davidson is obviously one of our sponsors. They're putting up a brand new 2025 Street Glide. These are road glides. There's a black Street Glide right there. So you can enter to win at every one of our dealership stops, just like right here at Javelina today, to win one of these brand new 2025 Street Glides. And that, of course, is, like I said, donated by my friends Harley-Davidson. It costs you absolutely nothing to enter. You just gotta come in and scan the QR code while we're here, and you can potentially take it home. They are always giving back to veterans in lots of different ways. And another program that they've got is called the Let's Ride Challenge. And what is the Let's Ride Challenge?
So we encourage all riders to come out to the dealerships between now and October 31st. When you first sign up, you're gonna get some cool swag, and then also it's gonna log your miles, dealership after dealership, and at the end, you're gonna get a custom patch.
custom patch, and that goes to raise money for veterans charities.
It does. There's multiple charities that it goes through throughout the nation.
There is, and some of them are the Wounded Warrior Project. I know Motorcycle Missions is on there. I know Combat Vets Motorcycle Association is on there. Buffalo Soldiers. There's a bunch of veteran organization charities that this is going to help raise money for. And the total amount of miles they're wanting to do is 50 million miles on motorcycles with this program. So I think it's only right that I register my bike on this and document my miles against the convoy. Then we're doing double service to our veterans. And that's how we can do it, double it up. So I can sign that up here, like get
Yes,
my bike
absolutely.
registered here?
Follow me.
All right. So first thing we do is scan this QR code, click the link. It brings us to right here, look at there, Javelina, Great American Convoy. Click this one here, enter. I'm gonna go ahead and fill this out and then I'll get back with you. Okay, so we are done. She validated my mileage. We are all set up.
Sticker. When you hit 1,000 miles, you're actually going to get the Let's Ride 1,000 Miles Challenge coin. And 5,000, you get the limited edition hat. And then in October, you're going to get the patch.
I love it. Logging miles. We're doubling up for our veterans, and today I get to go home with a sticker. For this time next week, I'll have that one, and in the next 2 weeks, I'll have that one. All right, so we are just finishing up here at Javelina Harley Davidson, and we are going to go count the donations, and this will tell us exactly how much we've raised for the Wounded Warrior Project on just this one day. So if you go to my website, adamsandoval.com, you can donate online, and that will give you a link directly to Wounded Warrior Project, and that's where your money goes. But people often ask how much of the donation money goes to Wounded Warrior Project, and the answer is all of it. So we have 3 people count the money, so they'll verify how much it is. All 3 of them will sign off on it. Then we leave the money with the dealership, and the dealership makes the donation directly to the Wounded Warrior Project. We have a signed piece of paper, we send to the Wounded Warrior Project, the dealership sends in their check, everything matches, everything checks, and that's how we know 100% goes. So you may ask, well, we got a bunch of people working here, how are we affording to do the hotels and the fuel and all these people to take these weeks off work? And that, my friends, comes from our sponsors who help us support this. I'll put them all on the screen right here. And of course, my businesses, I have RV parks and some merchandise lines and other products, motorcycle parts. I use some of my profits for my business to help fund this as well. So my partners, my businesses, we fund this thing so that 100% of the money that goes in that donation jar goes to our veterans. $14.96 for our funds raised here at Javelina Harley Davidson for a day total of $15,697. I had no idea this morning that we would be raising that much money on the very first day. We need to do this a bunch of days in a row. We need partners. We need people to get their companies to donate. We need people to go online and donate. Heck, have your company write you a check, ride out and meet us. We are on a mission. Day 1 is done. Now we're riding one of my favorite towns in all of America. I'm trying to cup you because I know it's windy out here. That is Bandera, Texas, and it's a super, super cool town. Leaving Javelina Harley Davidson, the ride quickly becomes hilly, twisty, and windy. You may think Texas is a big flat desert, but when you get south of Austin, just outside San Antonio, this is what's called the Texas Hill Country. And it is like no other part of Texas at all. The roads are in great condition, the scenery is beautiful, and the buildings and structures become truly Western looking. And just like that, we are in the Best Western Bandera. Rusty, D&D exhaust, your pipe sounded good the whole way here.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do sound good. Oh, they got like Scott, they got a jailhouse to check in? Is that what's happening here?
That's it.
Bank teller, but close.
Bank teller, well, it reminds me more of a jail, but bank teller, I guess, makes more sense. This Best Western is pretty luxurious. Look at this place. This room is freaking huge. This bathroom right here is big enough for a bedroom for me personally. But then you got this rad sliding door, and look at, my God. The Cowboys are super fitting. I'll explain why in a minute, but look at this room, this nice desk. Got a balcony with a couple chairs on it. Let's take a look out here. Oh yeah. Overlooking the street. Hey, this is really nice. And I say all this cowboy art is fitting because, well, Bandera is a cowboy town. It is like a true Western cowboy town like you'd see right out of the movies. There is so much rad, old school stuff in this town. it's one of my favorite towns in America. And if you guys haven't noticed, I don't like big cities. I like small towns with rich history. This is why I love Eureka Springs so much, and why I built Route 62 Motor Resort in Eureka Springs. Also, I love this town, and this is Bandera, Texas, and there's probably not much more West Texas as far as like a Western feel than this town right here. I'll take you around downtown. This is called, I think, JT's Steakhouse. Is it JT's Steakhouse? DJ Forge? TJ Forge.
The Old Forge.
The Old Forge.
DJ.
And this is kind of our group for dinner tonight. We've got about, I don't know, 30 of us that ended up coming to the dinner after the hotel, and it's a steak joint. We'll see how it looks. The environment's great. I forgot, you guys, man. I forgot to film. There's what's left of my steak, the 10 ounce. But there, Jay, what do you got over there, Jay? What is it?
12 ounce ribeye.
It looks good. How about them Brussels sprouts?
Perfect. Excellent.
Yeah? Is that where it's at? Jay said get the Brussels sprouts. Okay, I'm sorry, you guys. I totally blew the dinner. I'm just tired. That heat gets to you all day. I'll tell you, I mean, we didn't really do that many miles, but the couple hours we were out in that heat today really wore us down. And then the dealership stops raising the funds and all that stuff. It's taxing. And it's got me tired, although even though I'm tired, I'm still super stoked because we had a huge, successful first day. Now comes the challenge. Sundays and Mondays, a lot of dealerships aren't open, so I just try to find really rad places to go. And I'm gonna bring you guys on those rides tomorrow, and they're some of the best rides in the Texas area, without doubt. But that leaves us 2 days without fundraising, so come Tuesday, we've got to hit the ground running. We'll be in the El Paso area, and we've got to do some big funds. All week long, we got to do big funds because we got a great start, but we got to keep that momentum going. Do me a favor, help spread the word out there, and I'm going to see y'all in the next video.